Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about the 6 shocking My 600 Pound Life moments. Let's head into it. Number 6. Penny Sager's Easy Way Out. Penny Sager appeared on My 600 Pound Life in the earlier part of Season 2, rendering her one of the reality show's OGs. But unlike her fellow co-stars that season, such as Zalynn Whitworth, Christina Phillips, and Paula Jones, Sager didn't comply with Dr. Now's diet and exercise plan. Although she did drop 40 pounds while hospitalized at the beginning of her episode, which qualified her for weight loss surgery, that was the only weight loss documented for Sager. In fact, by the end of her episode, she managed to gain weight after surgery, which is pretty mind-blowing. Things weren't much better for her in her follow-up episode, in which Sager claimed she was doing much better and seeing improvements in her health. Of course, Dr. Now didn't agree with that assessment, and matter-of-factly explained that Sager is addicted to food and is delusional about any imagined progress. As for where Sager is now, that's anyone's guess. Starcasm reported that she keeps a low social media profile, and that any photos they procured don't show much difference. We hope she finds a way to get healthy in the future.
Right now, to stay on Dr. Now's program, it's too much.
Number 5. Shanae Murray is obsessed with food. When viewers first met Shanae Murray on My 600 Pound Life, she was deeply sad about suffering through 2 miscarriages, which is totally understandable. That experience can be extremely traumatic to not just the person who endures one, but her partner as well, according to the American Psychological Association. Given that she was also sexually abused by a cousin when she was very young, it's no wonder that she turned to food for comfort. But there was hope, as Murray went to Dr. Now to help her get both her life and her weight back under control. But alas, she was unwilling and unable to stop compulsively overeating. Despite her claims of gaining water weight, something Dr. Now pointed out was clearly not the case, Murray was never approved for weight loss surgery. She continued to eat foods that were not on Dr. Now's program, including a famously illicit pizza, and never dealt with her underlying emotional issues. Despite leaving Dr. Now's care, Murray set up a GoFundMe for her weight loss surgery. She later filmed herself doing an eating challenge from her hospital bed.
That belongs Freddie.
Shanae, the lying need to stop now. Okay, Shanae?
Number 4. Angela Johns felt like she was being treated badly. Season 7 of My 600 Pound Life brought longtime viewers of the show one of the most controversial stars in its history, Angela Johns. Like others on the show, Johns has a tragic backstory involving sexual abuse, rape, drug addiction, and even prison time. As a result of her multiple traumas, Johns turned to food for comfort, eventually weighing in at 643 pounds by the time she sought Dr. Now's help. But not only was Johns downright combative with Dr. Now during her episode, she claimed he was punishing her and said his program was bullcrap. She also tested positive for opiate use and heavy cigarette smoking, but lied to Dr. Now about it. On top of that, she was manipulative to her family members. After losing only 48 pounds and continuing to abuse drugs, Dr. Now gave her an ultimatum: go to rehab or end her weight loss journey with him. Still delusional, Johns didn't go to rehab, and she claimed Dr. Now was lying about everything. Johns has set up a GoFundMe to help with her expenses, despite her non-compliance on the show. Number 3. My 600 Pound Life star Lee Sutton was abusive to his partner. Occasionally, family members or romantic partners who weigh 600 pounds or more appeared together on My 600 Pound Life, which was the case for Lee Sutton and Rena Kaiser. The couple, who met and fell in love at a bariatric rehabilitation facility, were eating themselves into dangerous situations when their episode began. Although they were both able to eventually lose weight and get weight loss surgery, it became evident fairly early on that Sutton had anger management issues that resulted in him being abusive to his partner both verbally and physically. It got so bad that Dr. Now sent him to see a therapist so he could control himself better. But Sutton was still being cruel to Kaiser in their follow-up episode. Sutton reportedly cheated on Kaiser with a married woman, and Kaiser ended the relationship, according to now deleted social media posts. But it appears as though she took him back in the end.
All right, this is completely unacceptable.
Number 2. Pauline Potter made My 600 Pound Life fans furious. Pauline Potter was already infamous before she appeared on My 600 Pound Life. That's because she had herself certified as the world's heaviest woman in the 2011 Guinness Book of World Records, had appeared on Dr. Phil, and had made tabloid headlines when she said she lost weight by having sex up to 7 times a day with her ex-husband, according to Sarcasm. By the time Potter got to Dr. Now's office, she weighed 678 pounds, and her health was beginning to really suffer because of it. But Potter was resistant, even telling Dr. Now that he was overreacting when he wanted her hospitalized to get her weight under control. Fortunately, Potter did eventually get herself together and, in her follow-up episodes, managed to lose 300 pounds, with skin surgery being on the horizon.
I think he may be overreacting a little bit.
Number 1. Lisa Fleming had maggots living in her skin. Lisa Fleming started gaining weight when she was a child, thanks in part to a very punishing mother, but it was after she witnessed her brother's murder that her eating truly spiraled out of control, with no end in sight. By the time she signed up for My 600 Pound Life, she weighed over 700 pounds and was unable to take care of herself as she was confined to her bed. As tragic as her backstory is, that's not what made Fleming so controversial. Rather, it was the discovery that she had maggots living in the folds of her skin that made her notorious, something that should have been a wake-up call. Instead, after losing weight under medical supervision, Fleming returned home and went back to her old habits. Eventually, Dr. Now dismissed her from his program, as she refused to comply with his orders. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.